I hate that. I don't want to hide behind this avatar. And, like, I hate that I have to go online and make friends now.
Hello, I am Lemon. And welcome to the first official episode of the Life is Strange podcast with me and my friend over there who has the camera. This is where, well, I will be one of the main hosts, and he will be the cameraman. Taking turns with the host
relegated me
guests.
to cameraman.
My co-host, myself, and a random person. We're either gonna bring him around the classroom, if we ever record here most times. I will claim the teacher's chair, but most of the time we're gonna be here. You're gonna see a different background each time, and basically what it is, we're gonna invite someone on to talk. That's it. And then if they talk about their life story, well, hence the name.
Life is Strange. It's just
Go
the
ahead.
fact that I have made better connections with, like, people online, like you, Ruby, Juicy, Colton, just like all of you. I have made better connections with all of you than I probably ever will with anybody I ever meet in person.
Well, that's just what everyone's going through right now, man.
I don't know.
It's easier to talk to someone behind a character in a video game than it is in person, because you'll never know the intentions of a person in real life, but you'll always know the intention of someone on the game.
I know. And I hate that. I hate it so much. I hate having to hide behind this persona. I hate, like, I am more myself when I'm on here, but I'm also less of myself when I'm on here, if that makes sense. You know?
Yeah, hiding some things.
Yeah.
Hiding
I just hate,
some.
and it's been like that forever. Bitch. It's been like that forever.
Well,
I don't know.
well, I mean, I get it, man. Like, but that's just what everyone's going through. It's not necessarily that we want to. It's just that everyone's got trust issues now. Especially a part of our
Tell me about
generation.
it.
If you ask anybody, they hate talking to people. I love talking to people. It just takes me a while to warm up, and then when I warm up, I feel like
Exactly.
I'm just gonna get, like, you know.
Yeah, I know
Just
exactly
absolutely
what
not
you
accepted.
mean. Dude.
It's strange, trust me.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
I
get it,
know,
man.
I know. Oh, like,
I prefer to make friends on here than I do in real life anymore because trust issues, man.
that's one of the main reasons why I'm just scared of women. Like, my trust issues. And, like, it's not the fact that I see, like, every single woman in a romantic type of way. I don't. Like, some women I genuinely want to be friends with. But my mind is just like, no, you're scared of that thing. That thing. It's crazy. You're scared of that
Yeah,
person.
hold on.
Oh shit, he's dead. And he's back.
That creature in the corner. You're scared of it. Be afraid.
Exactly, dude. And just
But
I talk
like, my bad, but one of the things that I really like hiding is my voice. Like,
Mhm.
as deep as it is, I like it. Like, obviously, I use it for. I definitely used it for evil at times. You know about that. But like most of the time,
yeah.
I hide my voice. It's usually deeper, like, but most of the time it's always deep, and sometimes it's a little high pitched. When I calm down and actually have a conversation, it gets deeper by the minute. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I hate hiding certain things about myself, just so I could be a better person in someone's eyes, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, yeah, my voice. I hate the sound of my voice, dude. I absolutely.
I just
hate
like
the sound
I
of my
can
voice.
tolerate it only because it's deep, and women like deep voices.
Yeah,
but
no. Whenever I like try to like physically change my voice, it always sounds like I'm trying to put on the accent, but no. Like, when I record things, I try to make my voice deeper, and it just sounds cringe. Even more cringy than my regular voice. I just hate the sound of my voice.
With me, you can tell it's deep, but it's always high pitched, you know.
That's why I mostly talk in like a fake country accent most of the time, like around people I just met, or like sometimes around y'all. I'll just be like fake accents, because I just hate the sound of my
I
own
actually
voice.
grew up with a southern accent because
Same.
that's just where we came from.
Yeah. Place where we grew up at.
Hey, I grew up in the middle of a wheat field.
Yeah. I grew up fucking everywhere. I think that's another reason why I'm just kind of like scared of women, was because my mother, we were moving all the goddamn time. First we lived in an actual house that my dad had bought when my mother and father got married, after my mother broke up with her boyfriend that had my sister. Okay, basically, all of my brother and sisters are from different dads. My mom was,
Damn.
better lack of words, slut. I don't want to call my mother a slut. She was very sexually
slept around.
active. Yeah. And like after my mom and dad got divorced because my mother cheated on him, my dad stopped paying for the house, and vice versa. My mother could not afford it. And so we moved into a trailer with my mom's then boyfriend, who abused the shit out of her. And then she had my little brother. And then after that, we moved again into my grandmother's house. And then after because we just used to move all the time out of my because there was constant fighting. Dude, just my grandmother, my mother, and my sister, constant fighting. And so we went to live with one of my friend's moms. And then my friend's mom just couldn't take us. And it was mostly because of my mother. So we moved in back with our grandma. And then we moved to Georgia. Which, talk about, I hated Georgia. I hated Georgia so much. I could not live in a big city like that. So we moved back in with my grandmother for a little while. Then we got an apartment in Columbiana. You want to know how we afforded for that apartment?
Oh.
My mother. She basically became a prostitute the last 3 years of her life. Yeah. And so, oh no, but we might have been able to pay for the apartments, but we constantly had, like, Wi-Fi cut off, water cut off, or hot water cut off, gas cut off. It was just always in a constant state of just failure. And so, at that time, I basically started living with my grandmother again, because she would be the only one that could take us in. Like me and my little brother. And my dad, he worked out of town a lot, who, by the way, was getting fucked in his job because he wasn't getting paid. He just wasn't getting paid. He still hasn't gotten paid. He's like, the man he worked for owes him about $90,000. And so, like, a week before my mom died, my father was planning to kidnap me to get me away from my mother and just like take me up to the river house, or like my dad's boss's river house, that he was just gonna be like, yeah, you're gonna just lay low here for a little bit. And so that week that my mother died, my father was planning to kidnap me. And then, you know, my mother died, so he didn't have to kidnap me. But, you know, It's whatever. Womp womp.
Damn.
Sorry for just kind of.
I guess I've never had that kind of problem. More or less, I had everything paid for in life. I'm not gonna lie. I grew up privileged, but when the Philippines, man, that's when shit got rough. Right after I had left the Philippines, like a week or two after my grandpa there had died. I only have like a picture, one singular picture of him. And like at the time, being a 6-year-old, not understanding it at that time, and then I never got to know what the cause was. We were assuming old age because that bastard had lived through 2 World Wars, I think. No, I think he fought in World War II. Yeah. But yeah, he ran a chicken farm out there. And I loved living out there. I lived out there for a year. Then I came back to the States. At 7, and then that's when my dad just said, "Hey, you're mine now." Kidnapped me. Without me knowing that I was getting kidnapped. And then, 8, stayed with my grandfather's on the farm for a while. And, my mom out there in Texas. And I guess when I hit, like, 13, it was either 11 to 13, that's when shit started falling. Once you got a new job, and now we're up here. Oregon is exactly how they described it. It's nostalgic. It looks beautiful out here during the fall, but I hate it up here. There's nothing of home out here.
I know exactly what's that like, dude. When we lived in Georgia, not only was our living situation shit, because it was me, my brother, my sister, my mom, and my mother's, I don't even know what to call him, boyfriend, I guess. That man proposed to my mom 4 times. And each time she said no. And I feel really bad for him because I don't know why. He just loved my mother. Even after all the dumb shit she did, like to get herself in that place that she did, he still loved my mother and took care of all of us. That was about the only good part of living in Georgia. Other than that, me and my brother had to sleep on an air mattress on a floor that could barely, like, fit an air mattress. Sometimes, like, the air mattress just, like, had a hole in it, and we just had to sleep on the ground for, like, a month. And school was shit. I was failing all my classes in 6th grade. Yeah, I know. How do I do that? I don't know. I was failing band. I was failing fucking band, Lemon. But yeah. And that was when I started eating really, really bad. And got to 300 pounds. And I think at that moment in my life when I hit the 300-pound mark, and my mother looked at me and goes, "You have to lose weight, or else we just can't move back to Alabama." That that hurt a lot, you know, and I think that's why I struggle so much with my, like, how I perceive myself. And, like, why I'm conscious about how much I weigh now.
It's just, like, more or less, I guess I've always just had a problem with how I look, but, like, people said, not being narcissistic, but, like, a lot of people in my friend group, and even just then, have said I do look good.
I mean, you don't look... You're not the... Dude, you're way better looking than some other people I've met, dude.
I've heard people give me ratings to like 5 to 8 out of 10. So, dude,
dog, I've heard 2. I get 2 to 3 if I'm lucky.
I feel so bad. I'm sorry.
It's all good, dude. I don't know. I've always struggled with self-appearance. Because, like,
same, man.
as hard as I try, and I say I try, I don't really try. I need to start trying again. It seems like I can't get my weight below 230. I always float
You're
about
also 6'4". It's not gonna work.
Yeah, 6'3", but tomato.
6'3", 6'4", you're gonna stay over 230. 240 is the lowest you can probably get.
Like, I always seem to hover about, like, 235, 240.
235 is not a bad weight.
And, like, I'm so scared to hit 250 again. I do not want to hit 250. Because in 7th grade, 8th grade, I weighed 275 when I played football. And when I was playing football, our athletic trainer in football fucking hated my guts. We were supposed to do weigh-ins, weigh-outs. He'd weigh me in. I dropped 10 pounds. Just wouldn't tell anybody. So, during that time, like that first 2 months of playing football, I starved myself. And, like, got to the skinniest I've ever been. Like, I want to say 205. But every single day after practice, I just throw up. I would just, dude, it was so bad.
I've been, like, when it comes to appearance and weights and shit, I'm not worried about my weight. Like, dude, I am, like, you've seen me. I am skinny as shit. Even if I eat of, like, 2 full fucking pizzas, I am still gonna be weightless. But, like, in a sense, it's more or less my physical appearance. Because, apparently, not like gender dysphoria, but, like, just body dysphoria entirely, like, on my face. I guess they tried to say, like, you could potentially have it because, like, back when I was a kid, for some reason, I really hated taking pictures and shit. Like, I would be smart with it, too. Like, I'd at last seconds, I'd move my face with, like, a fan or something. I would just avoid any opportunity to not be on a camera. Same. I still do the same thing, but I can actually kind of handle it now. Like, I've been trying to desensitize myself to cameras, like, just at least be on some type of camera.
Okay, you can call me a pussy all you want, but I guess yesterday by now, because it's like, what time is it? It's 3:47 a.m. So I guess yesterday I had to I had to anchor for a live stream for our school we did in the morning, and, like, I genuinely was like, I don't want to say having a panic attack, but I was fucking getting there, dude. I hate being on camera. I hate how I look, dude. It's to the point where while looking at the projector we have to, like, see ourselves, I just stared at it for, like, 5 minutes. And just, like, debated on whether or not, just, like, making myself throw up to get out of it. Because I hated how I looked.
Dude, I have, like, one time I was supposed to anger because, they said I had the voice for it. I sat down, I stared at that damn thing, and I threw my notebook at it, almost breaking it, and I ran out of there and never angered again.
Yeah. No, but the thing that almost pushed me over the edge yesterday was, like, oh yeah, you have to interview this girl. Huh?
Oh.
Huh? No, and, like, no, the whole thing was, like, we were supposed to interview Miss Hall, or I was supposed to interview Miss Hall, and, like, I was like, okay, I can interview Miss Hall, because I've interviewed her before, and it went pretty well. And Miss Hall wasn't here today. And so Mr. Foster was like, hey, we're just going to get the president of HOSA, which is the club. And she's a senior, I'm pretty sure. And besides being scared of women, I could suppress that for, like, the interview. It was just the suddenness of it. Because I didn't have my script ready. Or I did. It was just shit. My script was shit.
My scripts were shit.
And Mr. Foster was like, yeah, no, I can't look over it. I gotta go. Good luck, though. And if you do bad at this, I'm giving you a bad grade. Which just added more stress on it, because I don't really have a good grade. I have an 86 in this class.
So bro basically said, fuck you, I gotta go. Good luck, asshole.
Yes, dude. No, dude. He literally goes before he left. He goes, "This better be the best one all year, or else I'm giving you a bad grade on this." And it's like, dude, you're not even gonna look over my script to see if it's good. You can't just do this to me.
Dude, my fucking art teacher would do the same thing. Dude, if we're doing animations and I'm the best in the fucking class, to be honest, like, I'm doing this 3D character thing, right? This motherfucker says, alright, so we're gonna do animals instead. You know how many frames I was into that animation?
How many?
2001.
Oh, that sucks.
That's 2 months. That's
Yeah.
over 2 months. Gone. Because this fucker said, we're doing animals now. Okay.
Yeah.
But that was like last year.
I don't know. I've expressed to Mr. Foster my plea that I don't like anchoring. Like when I have a podcast or the school podcast that we do, I interview teachers on it with one of my friends. And like that's fine, since that is a secluded thing that I do with one of my friends that I can edit anything out I want to. Hell, I can make myself skinnier if I really wanted to.
Hey, sex?